Hi everyone, I'm Tiago and this is Photography Talk. Today I have a little update slash something video about the new Lightroom 4 beta that I've been seeing some videos and some information about. I'm very curious about this new Lightroom because from what I saw, the new develop module is very good. It has a lot of new features. It changed up the specs a little bit. I think it turned out a little more simple, but more effective. So the first thing you noticed is from your regular editing space. You have a lot of different stuff. I have it right here, so I can see it more or less. Um, you now don't have fill lights, and you don't have recovery. Basically what you have is shadows and highlights. They did this because when you used fill light, you got your shadows back. Yeah, that's good, but sometimes the midtones went up as well, and you didn't want that, so you have to correct it and correct it and correct it, and sometimes you wouldn't be able to do that in Lightroom, but now you can, because this little change just really blew my mind, because you can now get a lot of detail in the shadow area and still leave your midtones and your highlights just as they are. Same thing goes to the highlights. You can correct only the highlights and leave everything else just as it is. So that was a very big improvement, although very simple for them to make. One thing they added to this blacks and or shadows and highlights new way to work is that now you're able in selective modes, where you paint the areas you want to affect, they added a little noise reduction capability. That's very good. Sometimes when you recover from shadows or something like that, you start to get noise, which is fairly normal. So you can go in with that tool and just, when you're painting the fill light, let's say it like this, when you're using it in shadows, when you're painting the fill light, you can also give the slider a little bit of noise reduction, and it doesn't go away, but it really turns the image a bit more softer and more pleasant to see. So that's another very good improvement from their part. Other things, let me see, I have it all here. They made adjustments to clarity, the contrast and all that, but that's a thing that you'll only be able to see when you actually use the program and compare it with Lightroom 2 or 3, whatever version you have. They say the new highlights module has been very carefully done, because a lot of people started to get their images very gray when they recovered or brought the highlights down, which is perfectly normal once again, but they really worked on that for the program, only to correct those areas that are very highlighted in this case. So that's a little new upgrade they did from 3 to 2. They're saying the white balance is way more accurate now. That's very good. I think they did an overall in the develop module, and just came to keep it simple. Another thing that really got me interested is now the values are at 0. Sometimes in Lightroom 3 you started with 50 contrast and no, 50 brightness and 25 contrast. So now they just put all the values to 0, and that just makes it easier for you to go up to 30 and say, okay, this is good, but maybe you try to go up to 40 and then, okay, where was the original image? At 0, and that'll be easier for you to understand the changes you've made to your image. Another thing they did with camera calibration, for example, they divided it, and now you can just use some of the corrections available for the camera correction. For example, you can just do the lens correction. You can just do the I'm missing the words. The vignetting control. You can separate all of those and only use one or two, or whichever you would like. So that's good because you can put the lens profile and just change what you want to change. So that's very good as well. They added some new modules, like the book module, to let you do PDFs of your images like a book. Therefore the name, the book module. It seems interesting, but not my type of thing, to be honest. They did a new map module where you're able to geotag your images and all that. That's a very cool feature for you guys that are in a place and want to share that place. Oh, I was here, you guys should go here and photograph this. That's very cool for you to share with everyone. And one thing that I noticed that Lightroom could do but never tested out was important videos and all that. I never knew that I could edit them in Lightroom, and now I saw that I can, and has a lot of new features, so I'll surely try it out and see how it behaves, because I use Sony Vegas 10 to edit and do all the things I do in video. And I like Lightroom very much, so I'll give Lightroom a try on this. And I think that's it, guys. They just upgraded Lightroom 3, made it simpler for you to use it, more intuitive. So I'll try to get my hands on Lightroom 4 beta if I can. I'm not sure. I'll just search it on around the web and see if I can find anything to use. And if I do, I'll probably upload a screenshot of the screen flow or something like that, a screen capture, that's it, screen capture of me using Lightroom 4 for you guys to see how it's looking, how it behaves, etc, etc. So I'll try to do that now, and see you guys on the next video.